Hello, everyone, and welcome you to the program again. Today, it's gonna be one of a kind broadcast today, and we will be answering a lot of questions with ourselves. By the way, I hope you use your facial mask when you go out. Sometimes it's way cheaper to take precautions than facing the consequences of your carelessness. A certain guy of whatever memory now, I don't know, I was saying something last year on the internet, on my Facebook, and he was swearing, he was so sure. He said that he's so sure that in the name of the God of his father, Oyedepo, that I will not enter into 2020. And so I was just taking an account of the year. I decided that I would go and say hi to him because the 2020, according to Gregorian calendar, is coming to an end. So I got to his account and I realized that even he himself, he has died since around March, February. The person was so sure that I will not enter 2020 in the name of the God of his father, Oyedepo. Ọdún ìlú kẹsẹ̀ járí lọ yìí o, àwa rèé o. Some people think they have the monopoly of life because they choose a certain way. They have forgotten that we all are children of the universe, and there is no partiality in the universe. The Yahweh, Allah, could be partial and choose a favorite. There is no partiality. You do what is right, you'll get your life in. Someone sent me a message and the person was really aggrieved. And he said that I'm being partial in the way I deliver my message, go about this thing, that it seems as if my focus is only on the Yoruba race of Africa. And it is not so. For those who felt like this, please, we apologize. We were contemplating before about the language of delivery. We do not want our mother tongue to go to an extinct, so we want to present it that way. A lot of petition prevailed, so we started using English. And so, even though what we are saying is universal. Before we go into the broadcast today, for these people and those of the future generation, we got some reviews here. And I'm going to read it, and we now start talking. Some people sent some reviews to us, and I will read 3 of them. Said, thank you for your accurate presentation on African spirituality, especially how you broke it down on black people being atheists because they themselves are gods. I would say I became atheist in the absence of my real identity as Orisha. May the ancestors fill you with wisdom. Yeah, I guess this person is talking from the perspective where I was of the opinion that you can't be black, you can't be African and be atheist. Either you are following Charles Dawkins or you are following the pre-existing, you are still following the white man's concept. You are still trying to follow them. So, I believe many atheists don't believe there is a sky god. We also don't believe there is a sky god, but we believe that we are gods. So the location of the god is what is different. We are taking the location from where it is not to where it is. Another review say, Baba Yoba, my struggle with Christianity started about 20 years ago. Although I am a 64-year-old man from South Africa and a general overseer of more than 15 branches of a Pentecostal church across the world. Coming across you was like the last stroke on the camel's back. In 2021, I have made all arrangements to close down my ministries and embrace paganism. Expect me in Nigeria soonest. I must meet you in person. How will you be feeding, sir? How will you be feeding? I thought that's a source of income for so many people. But we are happy a lot of people are getting the truth. And our brothers in South Africa especially, because all these pastors have messed them up. Aboruboyi Babalawo, I'm a German who sincerely would love to know your ways because it resonates with me. A German said, my grandmother always told me to follow the pagans if I want to understand the universe. I am in luck to have found your channel. I live in Canada and would do anything to be part of black race right now. All right, that's a German person who really wants to be black. While so many black people want to be white, you need to come to realization that these people are getting to know that we are waking up and we are doing our best to reach out to our people. And the beauty of it is that they are getting a message. Let's go into the session of today, the broadcast of today, before we begin to lose daylight. We talk about spiritual giftings in African spirituality. A lot of people I have met so far in my life will say that, okay, if I stop being a Christian, what about the gift of the Spirit I have? If I stop being a Muslim, what about those spiritual gifts that I possess? And it's so marvelous that they think that way, because most times they refuse to figure it out that it is not because you are a Christian or a Muslim that you have spiritual giftings. It is because you are human. Now, religion does not bestow on you spiritual gifting. If anything, what religion does to you or do to you is to shut you up, shut you down, render you to become a zombie, and also suppress every kind of gifting that is in you. You see a lot of these Pentecostal churches. For example, the ability to see vision is fundamental human right for all mankind. Some of them will say you can't see vision here. It's only the Daddy Geo, the bishop, that can do all those things. When you go to maybe white garment churches and all that, you realize that if you even see vision, you have to subject your vision to the interpretation of the elders in that church. Are you getting it? If anything, religion suppresses your spiritual gift. It doesn't allow you to manifest it. Whereas here in African spirituality, you even make the job of Babalawo easier when you can tap into your spiritual giftings. Okay, what do you come to me for? Baba, mo ní àkíyèsí kan. Baba, I had a dream. Baba, something is telling me. Baba, I'm having a feeling. Baba, those are your spiritual giftings. The job of a Babalawo is to help you to interpret it and also maximize it. A true Babalawo will tell you how to go about things. I don't know. Many people I've worked for, some of them are watching me right now. And I want them to tell me, have I hidden anything I know from you? No. That's the beauty of working with someone like this. Because I attend to hundreds of people per week. And it can be so cumbersome and very tiring for one person to keep taking your time. And there is one oath we signed as a Babalawo that I choose to live by. No matter how long you want to talk, and no matter how much you want to say, I have to listen to you. A Babalawo that does not have the listening ability is not actually working for you at all. So no matter how you drag it, no matter how much you want to take, I will listen to you in total. And imagine you taking 2 hours of my time 3 times a day. I figure the best thing to do is to release the secret into your hands. Irúfẹ́ nǹkan báyìí bá tún ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ mi, in tó ṣe sí rẹ̀. I even try to make sure that the head of the house or the woman of the house knows what to do to the children, or the man knows what to do to the wife in case an issue arises. So if anything, true African spirituality, as we are treating it and embracing it, allows you to maximize your spiritual gifting, those things you call your spiritual gifting. And spiritual gifting does not come by the laying of hands. So many of you have lost it. It is inactive in you. It is in you, but it is inactive. So sometimes when we say go for spiritual cleansing or birthing or baptism and all that, it is to re-energize those things. It never leaves you. It is inside of you. Our mothers, we reckon with this. Some of our children, when they are growing up, you see that they tell you something is there, and you look at that, there's nothing there, but they are so sure something is there. All these children, they wake up, they say they dreamt somebody is going to die or something, and it is as it say. See, whatever you will become in life is not going to be given to you from above. So it is sheer foolishness for you to look up to the hill from whence your help comes from. You are complete at birth. So all these children were born with enough revelation, enough vision, enough every spiritual gift they need. But what do you do when your child begins to manifest those things? Kia, otimu losile josin. You take your child to church and say, only the deliverance. So they will now be telling your child that the child is possessed with demons and be conducting what we call mental suppression, self-esteem damage in form of spiritual exercise to that child. As many of you that has been taken to churches, somebody has laid hands on you, you need to come back home. You need to reactivate your gifting back. You should not be ordinary. You should not be ordinary. This will lead me to answering the question where people ask, what about egbe? That somebody say, emerenimi, omominimi, I have egbe, and all of those things. I'm standing in the middle of the universe to swear by everything I know today that you don't have egbe. There is nothing like egbe. Any babalawo that comes to you and say you have egbe, ofe jeuni, just want to eat from you. Just want to eat from you. You see, when these folks do not understand the power you carry and how much of the gifting of the universe that is inside of you, they just wrap it up and say you have egbe. It is sheer ignorance on their path and a way to cover up their own illiteracy regarding spiritual things that make them tell you that you have egbe. Egbe kini? Egbe onigbajamo? Egbe bobagua? Is he association of APC or PDP? What kind of egbe? And you know, Nollywood and all these things, they didn't even make the life easy for people. So you begin to live in an imaginary world that some people are coming to talk to you and all that, and they are around you and all. Those things are just to divert your attention from who you are. They will say you are Omomi. Now, you identify with water, and you can do miraculous things with water. And water can come to your rescue. I don't think it's a bad thing. There are some people at the maximum point of their divine power when the sun is shining the most. There are some who identify with air. So the fact that you identify with an element of nature and it works better in your disposal or at your disposal does not mean you belong to any egbe. Whoever does not understand the element you identify with and what is your orisha will always tell you to be part of one association or one egbe. You can imagine how many times you have subjected some of your children to this torture from the hand of the so-called people called Christians, mostly, who do not understand African spirituality and the gifting of nature. It is okay for them to be doing, hey, Haley, yeah. They don't think they are mad. They don't think they have a better time. It is okay for them to be lakrimata labalubulera, say they are speaking in tongues, something you don't understand. But because a child could look that way and say, a car is going to have accident there. A child is possessed with the gifting of premonition, knowing what will happen ahead of time. You people will say he has bad mouth. Not bad mouth. This child could see what is about to happen. Such gifting ought to be preserved. But you know what I found out? I have found out that most parents are scared of the intelligence and the power that their children possess. Most parents, they are very scared of the power and the intelligence that their children possess, especially when they don't want to be disgraced. So the fact that your child is smarter than you does not mean that you should be scared of them. You can learn from these children. If you have lost your own spiritual gifting, this is the time to learn how to reconnect. Ńlá máa pé àwọn ọmọ kan wọn ò gbọdọ̀ lájọṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú opposite sex before they reach so age. Láti pàṣẹ ìkọsẹ̀jáyé láti máa mọ̀. Sorry for those people who say I always speak Yoruba and all that. Ẹ lè pa mí o. I'm trying. It's been 10% Yoruba and 90% English. Are you with me? So whoever meets you for the first time, who do not understand what you carry, and especially that you don't identify with their sect, their religious sect, automatically you are demonically possessed. To them. And all these giftings, called spiritual giftings, do not come because somebody lay hands on you. You were born with it. As long as you are a produce of nature, everything in nature should not be alien to you. Nature should be able to speak to you. So all this ability to dream, it is not a monopoly for those who are Christians. Ability to see vision. Some people even go in trance. Some can prophesy ahead. I've said so many prophecies in my life, whereas I'm not a prophet. I say it and they happen. And I remind people, do you know I told you this and that? Some of you have those giftings, but because of the waylaying, the threat, and this idikoko money that is prevalent in our world, you are not able to exhibit those giftings. And every spiritual gifting can increase only when you fan it into flame. When you fan those things into flame. So some people come to me for divination, and when I check, I'll be like, you are a healer, you are a teacher, you are this, you are that. However, they are scared to start, and I tell them, the power in you can only be activated when you begin and you start. All those spiritual giftings in you. Your children's got it. Are you training them to embrace it and maximize it? Even you, when you are ready, it can be reactivated back in you. Now, this is the reason why sometimes you think you are empty. It is not because there is nothing in you useful to humanity. It is because you have in you what is not useful to you. Too many distractions. Those who practice Buddha or Buddhism, they call it meditation, but we call it quietness. If you are not in the club, you are hanging out with friends. If you are not hanging out with friends, you are with your earphone listening to all those songs so that they don't say, I'm going against those music. When will you ever keep quiet in your life? Now, meditation is not only meant for those who practice yoga or those who follow yogi. Even Babalawo, in this aspect of life, they also have to meditate. A person who is open to reconnect back to nature, to be able to activate their spiritual gifting must know how to keep quiet. Keep quiet. When people tell you to keep short, they are telling you the best thing in life. Keep short. In quietness, your strength is manifested and also amplified. But look at you today, filled up with all the troubles and the worries of the world. The men are thinking of who to sleep with next. The women are thinking of who to dupe next. Everybody is thinking of how to use themselves. Nature does speak to people whose priority in life is how to take advantage of another person, but whose priority in life is how to serve others. And only if you are compassionate will this spiritual gifting manifest in you. We know àti rẹ́ni tó jẹ́ pé omi lásán ń lágbára ẹ̀ wà. So I was telling someone jokingly the other day, I said, so I don't attract undue attention to myself. If I'm in the midst of crowd and I need to check something with nature, instead of me bringing my Okpelefa, Iyerosu and the rest to attract, if I can see water, mo tún wo iṣẹ́ lọ ni. And the guy was like, how do you do it? I said, it doesn't happen the way Nollywood prove it. They will now show one TV inside water. No. Now you see water speaks to you verbally. Oral conversation. As audio as it can be. It takes years of training, learning, and being quiet. Now look at you. What those guys call for you holiness is what we call consciousness here. As someone who practices African spirituality, you must be very intentional and very conscious of the way you live. From the person you have sex with, to the food you eat, to the clothing you wear, are they in your line, to places you go to the business you do. If you go to grab what does not align with you and your star, it's like polluting who you are. You get unbalanced. It's like a fish wanting to make way on the ground. So I'm asking, what fits you? What works with you? What is compatible with you? It is until you get to your atmosphere of compatibility, your natural habitat, before this spiritual gifting begin to exhume and manifest in you. How many of you can afford to live a life of consciousness? Ibi tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ kàdébẹ̀. Ibi ọjà tí ń tà lọ ń béèrè, ó béèrè pé orí kí lọjà tèmi ó tà. So you see, people come to you, and the only thing wrong with them is readjustment and realigning, so they can set their priority right. Ọ̀rọ̀ wọn gbẹ́bọ́ kò gbé tutù. Wọ́n sì fẹ́ kó yún ẹbọ àtètùtù fáwọn o. Bí mo bá wá yún ẹbọ àtètùtù fún ọ, ayé ó padà rí bákan náà ni bí ò bá dúró jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, because you are not able to keep quiet. You see, practicing African spirituality make you become aware of who you are. Knowing who you are does not mean you know you are black and you are proud to be black. Who are you aside the color of your skin? And what can you offer the world? Surely you are not being put here to be an additional tally to the world population. Is that what you think of yourself as? Is that what you think you are? Someone that serves as a tally to the world's population. I was talking to someone last night. The person was wanting to learn Ifa, and I said, Ifa Moda, kò pé kí n kọ́ni nífá, pàápàá jùlọ lásìkò tí mo wà yìí. I have two functions that Ifa has told me to do consultation, divination, help people solve their problem using Ifa, and also to engage and put myself in mega publicity about African spirituality. And I am staying in my lane. bó o bá fẹ́ kọ́fá mo lè tọ́ka àwọn tí ó kọ́fá fún ọ tí ó kọ́ ọ nífá àbọ̀yìnbọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. I don't even have the time to teach you Ifá. But if you stay with me long enough, you will be spiritually elated and you will be wise. That I can assure you. If you covet my friendship and I eventually take you in and say, I like this person, coming, and you spend time with me, you will be wise. It is an aberration for you to work with me and not be wise. Eventually, you will know what Ifá is all about. But for me to now say, Eji Ogbere, Iyero Sunre, Igbakanre, no. I can't do that for you now. This phase of life does not acquire that. But when it comes to divination and consultation, I tell you what the problem is, the root of it, and how to solve it. And I put myself into mega publicity of this thing. Some people will go and go to this Isheshe, and Ifá will tell them, you are not to use Ifá to solve people's problems. Your own is to be the one who teaches people Ifá. And Isheshe is broad. When you come back to African spirituality, you have to know where you are to function. It is in the area of your functionality that you are given the right kind of gift to support you. Some people are herbalists. I'm a Some people are spiritualists who are babalawo just like me. Inside spiritualists, you have to know what you are called to do. What is nature beckoning you to do? Don't just go and function in a place where you will struggle through life. Some people are olorisha. Òòṣà ìdílé wọn ni ó yẹ kán máa bọ fáwọn èèyàn. So aside the default spiritual gifting that has been given to you, everything you would need to function, especially when you find yourself in the area of your calling here in African spirituality, will just flow. But you máa pọ̀fọ̀ òní yí ọ. Àwọn kankan wà tí ẹ pé ọ̀kan lọ́wọ́ èèyàn, ìṣẹ̀dá ó mọ mi sí ọ lórí, ó sì mọ ṣe, yóò sì mọ jẹ. So having a spiritual gift is not the monopoly of those people who call themselves Christians or Muslims. No. We live in a spiritual world. Every one of us came from the spiritual realm. And where is this spiritual realm? From nature. And you cannot be less than nature if you are a product of nature. So if there are dreaming in nature, you are to dream too. If there are healing in nature, you have the power to heal too. Unfortunately, look at your lifestyle. Can it aid your kind of gifting? The lifestyle you live. So I will tell people that it will be very rare for me to tell you to come and do something and I'll tell you to bring alcohol. Naturally, alcohol is not my... And everything that will make me lose my sense of reasoning. Either women or whatever. You know some women, all these Ikebe women, especially the ones that we are seeing around. You may wonder, where is your tummy? No tummy. Àmọ́ ò ní kókó jẹ́ kọ́pọ̀lọ́ mi jóbà. Ó yá gba left báyìí kọ́ wọn lọ. Ọ̀ ní kó bá mi. So people who are Christians feel that they are the only one who have the monopoly to say, I'm holy. Now, spirituality gives you the responsibility to have self-control. Control your libido. Control your sexual urge. Control your third leg. Control your pubic area. Why? You must be able to sit down and think of what you stand to lose. Èmi kọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀fì kébè lẹ́ẹ̀fì gbàkádà ẹ̀ á gbé Saturday sí mi lọ́wọ́ á yọ Monday mi kó mẹ́ á máa shuffle life mi àti destiny mi kiri. Mo ti padà di Ọlọ́run ara mi. I have chosen to be my own God. So I will watch my life from back to... No. Kò lè fún mi lọ́tí mu kí n mú. Bọ́ọ̀ bá jẹ́ ni mo mọ̀ rí, o ò lè fún mi lóúnjẹ kí n jẹ. Ìyẹn eléyìí tí n bá wọ́ wálé ni, n ò ní wọ́ wálé. This way of life requires optimum self-control. Kò sì síbì kan pàtó tí mo pé ibi agbára mi rèé. wọ́n ní sọ́bẹ̀sùn fapórọrí ìwà ọmọ nímọ̀ mọ́ ṣòkígbẹ́ tí wà ò bá dáná ló máa wá yẹ bàbá ògùn kí òkígbẹ́ ń bí It's a matter of sitting down and looking at who you are, having known yourself and your functionality in this space, and what you will stand to lose if you choose to live like every other person. So if you are a young man, you want to choose this way of life, and you want to activate back all those spiritual giftings, there are things you have to let go. Especially if you are looking for àṣẹ. Bá a bá fún ọ láṣẹ, àmọ́ tó jẹ́ pé irọ́ ti ba ayé ẹ jẹ́, àṣẹ ò ní ṣẹ mọ́ ẹ lẹ́nu o. Those of you want to have authority, the power of àṣẹ, but you like to lie, the nature will not respect your tongue. Because if your yes has not always been yes and your no has not always been no, why giving you authority? When you said go, nature will think you are saying come. You are a liar. But how many of you can stop lying? How many? Especially when you take up job as a lawyer. Some of you take up job as a marketer. That's your life today. All those kind of profession. Am I saying go and resign? No, I'm not saying it is what it is. To be able to maximize these giftings, there are sacrifices you must make. There are sacrifices you must make. Are you willing to make those sacrifices? It's not every time. Ṣadé sáré gbé wá kí sáré gbọ́n sí Janet sáré gbé wá kí sáré gbọ́n sí Bíọ́dún sáré wá gbà sí fún mi. Ibi tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ká débẹ̀ gbogbo pátí lọ ó wá sọ́ra rẹ̀. However, in this way of life, we encourage everyone to come up higher. And that's why I'm setting the record straight for as many who have contacted me before. There's such a thing we call pre-consultation counseling. I allow you to talk at length. And you don't know why I allow you to talk. I allow you to talk because while you are talking, I'm examining the kind of person you are. And it will also help me to encourage you, don't stop doing this, stop doing that. Unfortunately, we don't have much people who want to go through those lines. Oromila did not teach us how to just, it is about human relationship. Some of you are even more powerful than us who are Babalawo. But you don't know. Some of you are supposed to be doing exactly what I am doing right now, but you do not know. Why? You are not willing to make the sacrifice. So talking about spiritual giftings in African spirituality. You that you have been called Mami Water, come to me. If it is water you are identified with, we will water you. And you will blossom. And we will teach you how to maximize the power of water. It will be to the shame of those who stigmatize against you. How to heal with water, how to hear water speak, how to condition the environment with water, how to commune with water. If it is fire you identify with, all those you people that are always angry, all temper and all that, we will help you to maximize your anger. Don't worry. Every one of you are useful in the scheme of this universe. Nobody is an outcast in this way of life. Everyone. Every single one is useful in this way of life. So you will never hear from me that you have egbe kini. Egbe oniworobo agbegbe alakara. Egbe. You have egbe. They say you have egbe tomorrow or tonight when you're about to sleep. Call those egbe, say they should appear to you. If they appear to you, come and take $1,000 from me. But record them, oh. Don't tell me that they disappear on phone, oh. So you give me proof. Those who do not understand the extent of your power always try to stigmatize you so that you can feel less of yourself. One day. People who are confused about the magnanimous state that you are spiritually always want to stigmatize against you so that you feel less of yourself. It is a reflection of their fear about who you are. It takes someone who knows who he is to accommodate you as you are. Another person who understands what nature is. There are some of you here. Láti settle down in your man níṣòro. To settle down with another person, either a man or a woman, it will be very hard. Those of you that identify with the sun, that's what I mean by the sacrifice you make for your gifting. Those who do not have self-esteem enough, who are not confident, those people whose self-esteem is like the Donald Trump self-esteem cannot marry people like you. So if you force yourself to marry them, marriage will only last, relationship will only last. So it's not because the baby Jule. No, you are bigger than that. You are for everybody, you are not for one person. So they call you authoritative, they call you egocentric, they call you too confident, they call you intimidating. You identify with the sun. Look at the sun. It shines everywhere. It's for everybody. Are you with me? And those of you who identify with water, people will think, okay, this person is quiet and all that, but they dare not mess with you. Have you seen where water is killing people and swallow money? Your anger is reserved for the last. You forgive too much. You give people chance to kill themselves. So when you begin to kill them, they know they deserve to die. And several other things. How many people can manage you like that? Those are gifting. How many Babala will understand all these things? That's why we always say that your education matters most, especially when you want to settle down. Omi ò lè fẹ́ ná, ìkan kú fún kan ni, bí kan ò sì kú fún ilé ayé kan ó mọ nira, ìkan ó mọ dà. Those guys who identify with the sun, always restless. They push every dream to the latest point, to the last point. They start and finish. They aim for the biggest. So imagine you being with a woman who is always aiming for the highest, and you are a man who is having self-esteem issue. Eléyìí ó máa sáré kiri pé àmúbọ́ ń ṣòun, ó du ọ̀kànràn sákọ́ ní í ṣe, ìṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀ ní ìdáláàmú, á wá sọ pé just face yourself. Face yourself. Look for your own kind. Kẹja ó máa wọ́ tẹja lẹ́yìn, kẹranko ó máa wọ́ tẹranko lẹ́yìn. Those are primary giftings. All other giftings that is applicable to all of us is the gifting of dreaming. Dream could come from the many worries of the day, from the things you see last or things that prevalent in your mind. But when you dream a dream that is significant and nature is speaking to you, you will know. Those kind of dreams you don't forget. What do? You reach out to Babalawo who understand how to interpret dream and help you out. So Babalawo does not keep you short. Some people are just awake. They are talking to you, but they are in trance. They can see beyond you. All some need to do is just to shake you. It's like a USB device. They will download everything. As you are thinking, they are hearing. They will think they are mad. They are not mad. That is their gifting. That is what Christianity and Islam make you think. That you are mad if you are spiritually gifted. Especially in a way that nobody is or that is not common. Some are able to know what is about to happen next. Their own premonition, or what they call deja vu, is so strong. A car is walking, they know another one will crash in the future and all that. Allow them to get lost in that moment and give them space to talk to you. They will tell you what will happen in the next, everything that will happen. If you follow them through, you'll see that they will even see tomorrow and next tomorrow. So it's not every time you sleep that you eat in a dream that somebody is trying to poison you. But if someone poisons you in the dream, when you wake up, you know. Àwọn àṣírí sì better fi neutralize here. There are neutralizer that we have to first aid for those spiritual encounters. Are you people following me? So what is the aim of today's broadcast? I will soon be rounding up. Some of you complain that our broadcast is always too long. You don't want to hear the truth, or you need to, I'll go and get busy. The aim of today's session is to tell you that there is nothing wrong with you as an African child without Christianity or Islam who still have spiritual gifting. That having spiritual gifting is not the monopoly of who are Christians. Those bunch of hypocrites. Who are the Muslims? Those aggressive folks. So you have the power. But somebody know that yours is original. So they will tell you until you submit yours under theirs, it cannot be say it is good gifting. So whenever you don't go to church before you have dreams, go in trance, see vision, automatically you are demonic. Automatically you are demonic. Some will come and say, before they start having sexual intercourse, sexual relation with men or women, they used to be very sharp, they have dreams and all of those things. It is not the sexual relation that make you not have it anymore. It's because your heart is filled with so many distractions. Please excuse me, guys, I want to drink water. The Amatanis. It's because you have added worries upon worries now. You are easily distracted. All the spiritual giftings are manifested or come alive most when you are in your state of stillness. Atogbe to kokale nílé iṣẹ́ baba Yorùbá Knowledge and Literacy Bay. Yearly, where we will come together from all over the world in a plain field. It's not going to be meditation. It's going to be how to master stillness. And so we can be 200, 500, 1 million, whatever. Everybody is quiet. But when one is communicating, everyone is also getting the communication. You exactly know what I'm saying without uttering a word. That is a level of spirituality we should get to as Africans, where we can teleport messages to ourselves without people knowing. We will get to that. We are working on it. But before we get to that, I'm saying to you parents, can you stop shutting your children down? Can you stop waylaying them? Can you stop threatening them? Can you stop making them feel bad of their natural gifting? Can you stop taking these children to these churches so that when we need Dauri Waru and those mosques can say only the tusile talo de ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó ń gbélé ayé ẹ̀. Ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó ń gbélé ayé ẹ̀. Do you know it's also part of spiritual gifting to be able to critically think? Not everybody can think the way you think. Some people think beyond level of normal human reasoning. It's also a spiritual gifting. So they give you A and you can read Z to it. You're able to analyze so many outcomes in nanoseconds. So I'm speaking to every African out there. You care to know? There is nothing wrong with you when you manifest those things. And don't let anybody intimidate you that you are in a witchcraft coven. One of these days we'll revisit the topic witchcraft again, and you realize that all of us are witches. It is how we use our energy that differs. It is how we use our energies that differs. A lot of you, as I'm speaking now, it is resonating with you. There are some things you know how to do before and you have lost it. Some will even talk to me and say every time they have a dream, that they are always flying in their dream, that it was told them that they belong to a certain cult or a certain egbe and all that. I'm like, who is doing this to you? Why are they making you feel ashamed of what you are capable of doing? It is not all Babalawo that knows how to interpret dreams. But yes, we can interpret dreams. Just make sure that when someone is servicing you in that way, you are also servicing them in another way. So that you will not be saying, Kemi Ola Ogun, Kemi Ola to pe o ti run down. Somebody was having a talk with me and saying that, since this thing is given to you freely by nature, why do you charge people whenever they come to you? And I'm like, so nature will pay my house rent and pay my child's school fees. You don't understand what is happening. I'm telling you, when you discover your gifting becomes your source of income. If you are truthful and sincere with it. So many of you have no business going to school for 5 years, 10 years and all. If I ever knew that being a Babalawo is where my rest lies, I would not allow my mother waste such money to send me to school and allow myself put my source of income savings to go and learn one nonsense course. So when you come and I ask you for your VA divination token, pay you, because what I'm charging you compared to what you will get, compare it to all you have paid in churches, all the tithe you have paid so far, all the offering, all this Owu Asalatu you have paid so far, you realize it's nothing. You realize it's nothing. That one is private stuff. Look at what I'm teaching out every day. So nature does not go and deposit money in my child's school account. Doesn't fuel my vehicle. No, nature didn't buy this clothes for me. So when you are coming with that blackmail, take it to your pastor. Take the blackmail to your imam. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ní bá wúlò fèèyàn, kéèyàn wúlò fún wa. There are some things we will do for you as Babalawo. Ọ̀rúnmìlà has told us not to collect money from you. Ó ní àìwo wárápá ká gbowó, àìwo wèrè ká gbẹ̀jẹ́. There are some things that he will also wake us up to go and do for you. We won't ask you for money. Ṣùgbọ́n Babaláwo tí ń pọ́n láṣọ bí wèrè ilẹ̀ yìí ń fẹ́. Èmi ò sì ní pọ́n láṣọ. Mi ò ní jẹ́ ká dúrà yín burúkú kó gbà lórí mi. Ayan dọ́kú ni ó dán títí ọjọ́ ayé mi. And by the way, I'm still going to school actually. I'm still learning and all that. So that's that about spiritual gifting. Don't let anybody confuse you and say you belong to one egbe. Don't you ever take your head to any pastor and allow him to lay hands on it. Don't take your children to those people and say, come and film woman number 4 that they are doing deliverance. Don't let them scatter your head. You were born complete. The best you can give back to nature is to explore and also manifest. So how do we manifest? That is my job. Whatever is not clear to you, you ask. Or be Babalawo be Ifá, Ifá wà fún lálàyé. That's African spirituality. Babalawo will not tell you to keep short because you see a vision. Babalawo will not tell you to keep short because you dream. They will put you through and nurture you. Please, this is the time to ask a question. Start typing your question. By the way, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Baba Yoruba on YouTube, Baba Yoruba on YouTube, and also follow Baba Yoruba on other social media, Instagram and Facebook. Also, Baba Yoruba, just type it Baba Yoruba, YOOBA, or BABAYOOBA. If you are looking forward to maybe consult for divination, there are areas of light that are great to you, it's not clear, you can easily just reach out to me on 080-7838-4845, 080-7838-4845. Somebody is asking, people that seek future, is it healthy? I will not say it's healthy, and I will not say it is not. But what is the purpose of you seeking the future? Today, is it not troublesome enough for you? Why are you worried about tomorrow? See, a lot of people are anticipating 2021 already. We have not finished balancing the account of this year. Who told you you can't make it before the end of this year? Who told you something else cannot happen to you? Who told you you cannot die before the end of this year? Take life one after the other. Stop filling yourself with worry. You see, that worry you fill yourself with will also make your spiritual gifting become redundant because you are too distracted. Take life one after the other. Take life one step after the other. Somebody is asking, is having Ifa okay? Very okay. From testimonies, very okay. That is if Ifa tells you to have him or whatever it is. It's not everybody that will have Ifa. Don't let any Babalawo just say you go and have Ifa. If your matter does not require to have Ifa, you don't have to. It's not everybody that was called into this way of life. So allow Ifa to tell you that I want to stay with this person. If Ifa does not want you, why are you forcing yourself? Or to Agbashurukara. Are you with me? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Somebody is asking, why do some Obas subscribe to imported religions? Ọ̀rọ̀ ńlá lẹ bèrè yẹn o. Àwọn karambà ní èèyàn tẹ́ fi jọba yìí. Ṣé Ọọ̀ni Adéyẹyè lásọ bóun ti ń gbọ́mọ rẹ̀ lọ ilé ìjọsìn láti lọ dedicate ààrẹ mọ́ ọba. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ dúró sórí pẹpẹ ń pé èṣù ti tẹ́ ulálálá. I'll post the video. Èṣù ń ké bí ewúrẹ́. Àbí Olúwo of Ìwó, ó yẹ Olúwo àfi kéde bọ̀bọ̀ tó máa mú gbáná yẹn. Ṣé yẹ lọ́ba? We have lost it o. And you know these people have DSS. Tó máa gbé mi sí ẹ̀yìn ní mọ̀ bí tí mo wà. Ẹ jẹ́ àwọn gbádùn ara báyìí. Those silly guys that you call kings, those ones have sold us out. Those are the set of kings we had during slavery that sold us out. So for most of you that are asking, if we are that powerful, why were we sold out during slavery? These are the kind of kings we have. Our insider who sold us out. Their own aim is to sell ancestral land and, Any other question, please? Okay, somebody say, can you learn Ifa if you are not Yoruba? Yes, you can. I'll be rounding up in the next 2 minutes. If your question is coming, let it come now. Yes, you can. That means you have to go to educated Babalawo who will be telling you those things in English. This person keeps saying, how do I discover my gift? Somebody you need to come to reality that gifting is a natural enablement or natural enhancement. What you do freely and it's easy for you. It's different from the element of nature you identify with. But you know, maybe you might need to sit down with a Babalawo and you talk through it. So he'll be able to help you look at your life from beginning to where you are and be able to help you put it in the right perspective. If it requires Ifa divination also, you do it. So somebody is saying, how do one contact you for Ifa consultation? WhatsApp me on 080. Of course, if you are outside Nigeria, you add +234 080 7838 4845 080 7838 4845, or you send me a mail, babayoba at babayoba.org, babayoba@babayoba.org, babayoba@babayoba.org. Somebody say, just love your teaching. Thank you very much. Please, any book suggestion? No, I don't have a book suggestion. I don't. Most of the books available now written by white folks. I don't read books written by white folks regarding my own culture. I'd rather hear the story from the mouth of a lion instead of hearing from the mouth of the hunter alone. Because until the lions have the chance to speak their own side of the story, the hunters will always win. I'm a book enough. You are a book enough. And we are trying our best to. Please, sir, can you explain the meaning of Emere? You know, there is a popular Yoruba belief that the Emere children are those children that are very, very fierce and very, very, they carry negative power. So any home they are, it's either the father struggle, the mother struggle, or this and that and all. There are so many things like that. The Emere are not belonging to a certain society. The Emere are just children whose energy are not well conditioned. Their energy scatters everywhere. And you know, when the purpose of an energy is not known, it will be abused. So a child knows that if he or she says a thing, it will come to pass, and decided to be using the mouth for negative things. So when you don't give him or her what he wants, we think about evil, speak about evil, and evil happens. Until we are able to help the child under power and conditioning. You get? That's it. Somebody say, I love that you are unapologetically African. I know agree with Oyinbo initiated into Ifa. If we reincarnate, what happens to the ancestors, sir? See, ancestors, when they die, their energy floats, but their personality can be reincarnated. Their energy floats, their personality and their lot can be reincarnated to the point of even you looking like them. Life is a continuation from one generation to the other. From one generation to the other. Somebody is asking, where do you stay, sir? I stay in Nigeria. I stay in Nigeria. But where in Nigeria? Sometimes I'm in Lagos, sometimes I'm in Oyo, sometimes I'm in Abuja and all that. By the way, we'll be in Abuja by January. Second week in January, we'll be in Abuja. If you are living in Abuja and it's environment, this is the best time. Let's meet. Let's talk together. So if I tell you this address today, if you find me, go there like they do in PG. You don't go see me. So I'm everywhere. You need to book the appointment so that I'll tell you where I am at a particular time so that we can meet. All right, so that will be all about it for today. Please stop victimizing your children, stop threatening them, stop waylaying them, and you too stop allowing anybody to dictate your life for you. All these spiritual gifting you have in you, own them and then master them. They are useful for humanity. And always make sure you apply yours to positive things alone. Thank you very much. If you are not really clear about things, you can reach out to me, 08078384845. You can also access our website, www.babayoba.org, or you send me an email. Baba Yoba. Hold on, please, sir. I think your money dropped. One paper dropped there. babayoba@babayoba.org. Yóò dára fún wa. Ẹ jẹ́ á gbàdúrà. Ẹnìkan ní ìfura lógun àgbà. Ẹ wá gbé mọ̀ká mi mọ́lé. Ẹ wá gbé mọ̀ká mi mọ́lé. Èmi kọ́ bàbá ní ká mẹ́nìyàn láláàmú. Bọ́ bá fẹ́ rí mi, wọ́n sọ ibi tó ti pàdé mi fún ọ. Àgàgà pé mi ò mọ̀ rí tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yà ti ibi pẹlẹbẹ mọ́ àlẹ́ jẹ́. Á dára fún wa, yẹ wá kalẹ̀ o. Gbégbé ìgbésókò àrèmábọ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bẹ ní ẹ̀yìn odi. Ẹ ò ní kú sájò o. Mi ní báyìí ládìẹ ń tó kú ẹ̀ wọ́n ń bọ̀. Ẹ ò ní ra sájò o. Ayé wa dára, yóò ní ìtumọ̀. Ayé wa ò ní bọ́gbọ́n nú. Alákòóbá kò ní kó bá wa. A ò ní rárín fẹsẹ̀ sí. A ò ní báráyé fọwọ́ tí o. A wà ní kú sórí mo ṣe mo jìyà ká máa ṣiṣẹ́ bí ẹni ká máa jìjẹ ìlérí, eléyìí ò ní jẹ́ tiwa. Gbogbo ẹni tó di wọ́dìsẹ̀ sínú, ẹ ti forúkọ ọ̀tún kúnlẹ̀, ẹ mọ̀ fi tòsì dìde. Á gbóhùn yá, á gbóhùn ọmọ. Bàbá ọmọ gan ò ní jẹ́ pèlẹ̀, kò ní fayélẹ̀ gbọ̀rùn lọ ń gbà tọmọ rẹ̀ bá dé o. A ò ní ṣorí gbé, a ò ní ṣàṣe ìdànù. Ẹni tí tiẹ̀ ti jóná kò ní kùnà ọmọ tíà. Omi ò ní lòdì sára wa o, afẹ́fẹ́ ò ní lòdì sáyìíká wa, ilẹ̀ ò ní gbé wa mì láìpẹ́ ọjọ́, iná ò ní jó wa, kò ní jó ọmọ wa. A ò ní bọ́ bàtà ọ̀fọ̀ sẹ́nu ọ̀nà ilé ẹnìkankan wa o. Àwọn tí wọ́n á tapó sí idẹ, ó bá gba wọ́n kan bọ̀, a ò ní rówó ra ń bẹ́ o. Eléyìí tí wọ́n á ń kásẹ̀ lọ tí wọ́n pè ní 2020. Èyí tá kó wọ̀ tó ń pè 2021 yìí, a ò ní ráburú ń bẹ́ o. Àwọn ilé ìbò pé kí wọ́n máa fi wá kaskọ́ọ̀sì, wọn ò ní fi wá kaskọ́ọ̀sì o. Ẹni bá wá gbé tiwa kàyà tó ń pé àyàfi o, tóun bá wọlé lọ káwa tó rí ayé ṣe, kádùúrà àwọn ó gbà o. Lónìí ni kọ́ má dọ̀la o, kí wọ́n wọlé lọ o, kí wọ́n gbé wọn gbìn bí iṣu. Ẹni bá ń pé ìlọsíwájú tiwa ó ń dí òun lọ́wọ́, kó nítọ̀ wọ́n wá gbé gbalákejì lọ kó lọ lè máa wá adìyẹ tó hù káàkiri. Torí àpẹ kí tẹnitẹni ó mọ̀ dá, ó dára fún wa. Àṣẹ. Ó dìgbà kan náà. Ire o.